Chuck. Tingle. Chuck. Tingle. Chuck. Tingle. Chuck. Tingle.
Hello, I'm Fiona Bruce and welcome to
the Chuck Tingle Book Club.
Oh, yeah. Hello, and how do true buckaroos? And welcome back for another Chuck Tingle Book Club brought to you by the fine reprobates at the Pot Topic podcast. As ever, I am your local Chuckademic, Taz. And, well, with me, I have this guy, that guy, Tom,
that guy,
who's that guy who's going to set us up, man. What we dealing with today? Tell us all about it.
Well, baby, it's peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time, peanut butter jelly time. I've been looking forward to a bisexual book for quite a while. You can tell.
Mate, tell me about it. This is I live.
Yeah, well, I certainly had Le Petit Mort afterwards, but we'll get to that later. So, Bisexually Sandwiched by my sentient peanut butter husband and our new living jelly girlfriend was our book for this week. Yeah, let's get cracked on with the synopsis. Spoiler warning. Tempo Peony is a human man and Rimble Peony is a sentient peanut butter. And as you might expect, given the titular sexuality, both men are bisexual. Strap in, guys. Here we go. They have a very happy monogamish relationship. Not open to bringing someone else into the bedroom, really, but not totally against it. Being first vegetarians and then secondly, Rimble being made out of, well, unable to eat nuts because he's made out of a legume that's often confused with a nut. So not actually a nut, but still finds it kind of gross, doesn't want to eat them.
Hey, do you know what? Solidarity is important no matter where, no matter how.
We'll get to that in a minute, Taron, because solidarity shortly falls away. Anyway, but yeah, the couple find it hard to eat in any restaurants because they find it hard to find something that meets their dietary needs. That being said, the couple are massively disappointed, obviously, when they go to a hyped-up restaurant called the Raptor's Claw, and literally everything on the menu has nuts in it. Tempo is ready to explode at the waitress when she comes out to take the drinks in a fit of entitled rage, until Tempos are taken back by the beauty of this absolutely gorgeous sentient strawberry jelly waitress. Ponder is her name, by the way. Yeah. Great names in this book. Fucking Rimble, Tempo Peony, and Ron
Tempo
Ponder.
Peony is amazing.
Especially for especially for
it's going to be the middle name
couple.
of my first child.
Actually, just have all four of those names as his middle names. That'd be brilliant. The waitress is disappointed for the couple in a sort of an empathic sense. And Rimble and Ponder have a conversation about watching people eat them or foods similar to them, like food products like them. The server guiltily admits she loves cherry pie, which somehow she knows is not a fucking berry, but no one in the story confronts the issue that peanuts are legumes, not Sorry. Rimble reveals that he is indulging cannibalism as a child when he ate Snickers, but they all seem to find this funny. What kind of fucking monsters are these non-understanding legume nut separatists that...
Can I throw a little extra thing in there for you?
Yeah.
Strawberries aren't actually berries either.
No, they're not. They're seed sacks.
They're droop sacks.
Yeah, droop sacks. Yeah. Fucking no one. Tinkleverse is going to shit. Anyway, the couple order 2 chocolate milks because they kind of see the waitress as being helpful. But no food, though. Exit strawberry lady. Tempo realises his husband is really into this. Sorry, I've completely fucked that up. I do apologise, Beyonce. Tempo realises his husband is very ready for this jelly. She's super cute and super sweet. They admit
How did I miss that? How did I miss that? In all my writing, how did I miss that most obvious joke? That's what you're here for, Tom. That's why you're paid the no money whatsoever.
The fees of running this podcast, yeah. The cute, she's cute and super sweet. They admit to each other this, and there's defo a vibe in the air, but they aren't the kind of couple that's just going to hit on someone in their workplace. And so they make a kind of pact where neither of them will act on it unless Ponder acts first. After paying their bill, the couple go to leave, and they're stopped by Ponder, who asks them out with a cheeky lip bite. Damn. They leave together and head back to the boys' place, tension building. Back home, Tempo asks what everyone would like for dinner, barely able to keep his shit together given the eroticism in the air. Ponder, knowing just what to say at just the right time, asks if they have bread, as she was hoping they could make a sandwich. Tempo, knowing it's on, just strolls straight over to Ponder, his husband. That's correct, ladies and gentlemen. We are heading to this very jammy, peanutty, butty.
I'm going to mic down for this one because this is everything I've always wanted. So,
all right, you do the making noises by yourself.
I'm going to sit here and try to keep my shit together so I can go on and do the rest of this.
Perfect. Here we go. We're going to the pleasure zone.
Take you to the pleasure zone, baby.
Passionate triple kissing, sickly sweet hands caressing Tempo, apparently a nice sensation. It sounds fucking awful to me, but they are a perfect combination. Tempo stripped by the living spreads, gets down on his knees. Blowy for hubby, hammering down on the dick with belligerent enthusiasm. I can't wait to watch this back because I can't see you right now.
Belligerent enthusiasm.
I will enjoy this. Quick rod licking, then deep throat. Ponder's turn now. Tempo dives in and delicately swirls his tongue in circles on her strawberry jelly clit. Peanut butter and jelly flavours melt in Tempo's mouth, excitedly lapping at Ponder's pussy. Bit of hip rocking. I don't think she was going side to side. I think it was probably front. I don't know why I did side to side.
I imagine so.
That'd be really awkward, actually. Yeah, no, don't worry. Peanut butter moves
it's like
behind.
Just trying to keep it out away from you, isn't it?
He's just going to run out before I get the end of this. I don't care. I'm having fun. Peanut butter moves behind the dude. Dude playfully slaps his own butt. Theme. Come on, baby, I coo playfully. Fuck me while I lick our new friend. Aw, friend. Butthole lining and teasing. Just fuck me. I need that cock in my ass. I need you to make me into your peanut butter jelly sandwich. Size adjustment, as obviously hubby is huge. Arse pain to erotic pleasure. Theme. Man slips a couple of digits into the jelly. Sorry, I shouldn't mind that. Right. The music's going to run out. I don't care. There are so many great lines in this. All right, Tingle, this is really, really well written. She throws her head back and lets out a frantic scream. Her entire body quakes wildly, the muscles expanding and contracting in unison while waves of orgasm ripple across her frame. Tingle, bruv. Good work.
Yes, mates.
Anyway, manic anal hammering. Ponder demands to be fucked. And the jam slips under the human. Oh god, oh god, oh god! Tempo's loving it. Soon enough, sorry to quote this again. Soon enough, my voice is joined by the others, all three of us creating a wild chorus of ecstasy. Our cries echo out through the apartment and come back to us, filling the air with a beautiful cacophony. Oh, Tingle, fuck off. All right. Jelly Lady rubs her clit as she comes. Now it's your turn, Ponder coos seductively. Give me your loads. Come for me, Ponder commands. Blast those hot loads over my tits. I kind of want her to have that delivery as well. Blast those hot loads all over my tits. Peanut butter bloke blats nut butter all over the jam's ample boobs, and Ponder scoops it up with her fingers and beats off Tempo with it. Coming. And they all collapse, giggling and glowing. Ponder goes to leave, but Rimble and Tempo tell her she doesn't have to go. Seems like the couple might soon be a throuple. Tempo goes to make dinner, pulls out ravioli, and chucks a strawberry cheesecake from the freezer straight in the bin. The end.
Yes. All right, cool. So as tinglers go, this one, This is pretty straightforward, but would you care to hazard
Yeah,
any predictions or?
I mean, this one, I think I can even guess where you've gone with this. This might be the perfect combination thing. Maybe match made in heavens type stuff, maybe. Where did you go?
Yeah, a little bit of that, little bit of that. Well, cool. That said, I think it's time that I got on with Bisexually Sandwiched by my sentient peanut butter husband and our new living jelly girlfriend, an anal elixis.
Yeah.
Life, eh? That's a thing, innit? Life. It's unique, right? Because it's something we all have to go through, but there ain't no user manual for that shit. No, you get squirted out. Your parents probably try their best not to fuck you up too much, and then off you go into the wilds. Sure, there are roadmaps that can be set out for you that you can try and follow, but these will likely be vague at best. For example, you're born, you're a child, but preferably a child for neither too long nor too short, and you should probably try to learn some shit along the way because you're going to have to take that shit and use it to help you thrive later on. Maybe you squeeze out a kid or two along the way in the hope that they'll suffer an incrementally better fate than you. Then, if you're really, really lucky, you'll finish things off in a warm, comfortable bed, surrounded by both your loved ones and the spreading pool of excrement that left your body at about the same time as your vital animating spark. Of course.
Who hurt you? Again, I said this to you before the fucking recording.
Just being realistic, just being honest. Honest, I think, is the key thing here.
Not a pessimist.
Of course. Of course, depending on the privilege you're born into, this roadmap can vary wildly in both complexity and certainty. But either way, a roadmap it remains, which makes sense when you think about it. Human life is such a wildly uncertain, complex, and varied experience that a catch-all user manual could only be a fantastically absurd idea. This doesn't stop people from trying to write them, of course. There's a multi-billion-dollar industry surrounding self-help books and life coaching and such. But of course, that seems to be largely powered by people whose success in life is very much dependent on telling other people how to be successful in life by any conceivable means. So long as that means doesn't also involve telling other people how to be successful in life. To be able to supply your own demand like that, eh? That's the capitalist dream, kids.
Capitalist paradox.
And speaking of capitalism and user manuals, Haynes and the For Dummies series are two of the most recognizable industry dealers in didactics on demand. And they haven't touched the broader subject of life with even so much as a 16-ton collapsible comedy barge pole. It's just too much to cover, and its usefulness will be wholly dependent on who's reading it. But they and others have, with varying degrees of seriousness, tackled specific parts of the human experience. And you better believe that love, sex, and relationship all feature among those portfolios. Naturally, I had me's a little old looksies, and you probably won't be too surprised to learn that most of what you can find in the mainstream user manuals could be useful, so long as you're A, more or less clueless about love, sex, and relationships, and B, one of them Western European cis heteronormative monogamous types. You know, like real people. The best I could find in the mainstream is actually the fourth edition of Sex for Dummies, which offers a little over 2 pages on limply describing how partners may include other people in their sex, and a whole chapter on the gays. Well, not the gays, some gays. The gays that fit neatly into monogamy in the sexual binary. You know, like real people. So yeah, while it turns out that there ain't no user manuals for life, there's certainly attempts to provide them for the core aspects of the human experience. And this can totally apply to you so long as you fall within one standard deviation of the associated bell curve center, that is. But what about the rest of us? Well, sure, there's academic treatises available for most subtopics, but boy, can they be wordy as hell. or too general, or too specific in the wrong way to apply to your situation. What if, say, putting this out of the air, what if you're in an established couple and you're looking down the barrel of bisexual thruplehood? It should be nice to have some guide of what sort of thing to expect and what it requires to maintain such a relationship. What would that kind of guide look like? And more importantly, how would it relate to not having sex with a Velociraptor librarian? Well, to find that out,
He's got his props.
Just gonna have to do the science. So, Tom, thoughts so far?
One, I now know why you asked me to download you the 4th edition of Sex for Dummies. It's a random text gallery. The 3rd edition's not cutting yet. Can you get me the 4th edition? Yeah, right.
I had to make sure that I was giving it fair shift. I did try to source it fairly, but I'm glad I wasn't. It turns out there's some fairly biphobic shit in that, but yeah, this isn't what we're talking about.
It's all right to pirate when they're non-inclusive and a little bit bigoted.
So, part 1. What's in a sandwich? Bisexually Sandwiched by my sentient peanut butter husband and our new living jelly girlfriend follows our Chucktagonist, Tempo Peony, who endures a failed date night with his peanut butter husband, Rimble, only for them to end up going home with their strawberry jelly server, Ponder, wherein things get sandwichy.
It's strawberry jelly sandwich time.
Sandwichy? Sandwich some sandy witchy. No, do you know what? There's nothing there. They smash. It's as simple as that. They come together and they form a sandwich around Tempo. And like sandwiches everywhere, this sandwich may well be worth more than the sum of its parts, because a burgeoning romantic love could very well be in the air. But how do we come to this point? More importantly, what should we be paying attention to if this is something we would be open to exploring in our own lives and relationships? In short, what is in a sandwich? Well, to get us started, Chuck does a ton of heavy lifting for us right at the top of the text. My husband and I are what you might call monogamish. Not entirely open to bringing someone else into our bedroom, but also not entirely closed off to the possibility. The ability to openly discuss something as meaningful and important as normal sexual attraction with a partner has only made our relationship stronger. So, right off the bat, the second paragraph lays out 2 vital factors in a couple expanding their relationship to include another in some capacity. Tempo talks about his husband and he both being monogamish. Monogamish. I feel like there should be a massive echo every time I say that word. Both partners have to be in some way open to this before any serious contemplation could be afforded to the notion of getting in a third. There doesn't, in this text, there doesn't seem to be any assumptions of bargaining being made here. No, there is no, I'm sure he'll like it once we get started, nor any of this kind of this is what I want, and if he can't deal, maybe he doesn't love me as much as he says he does. No, there's none of that bullshit. Just a simple understanding that they may both be up for exploring the option, should it arise. Of course, openness to an idea is one thing. Getting to it actually takes something a little more than that. Enter Ponder. After Tempo and Rimble acknowledge a shared attraction and interest in the jelly waitress, they decide to make nothing of it themselves in case they've misread the situation. As they leave, Ponder takes the initiative by asking, "This is probably a long shot, and obviously you guys are having a nice night together, so I don't even know why I'm saying this, but what are you doing later?"
Did the lip bite.
Of course I did the fucking lip bite. Of course, she is immediately invited along. So here we see openness is one thing, but what's actually required is willing interest from all involved. Next up, we need to talk about how we get to the place of openness in the first instance. It comes from something that's so fundamental to any healthy relationship, something that keeps things well lubed and working smoothly. And that's open and frank communication. It's implied that Tempo and Rimble have spoken about this in some form, just by Tempo describing their relationship as monogamish. But he also explicitly states that they openly discuss their sexual attraction with each other. Rimble later enforces this need for communication during the threesome's post-coital pillow talk. Ponder suggests that maybe she should leave, not wishing to assume her welcome extends any further beyond the menage a trois. But after consulting Rimble quickly, Tempo invites her to stay for the night. And to assuage any doubts that might be lingering, Rimble simply states, "It's all about communication. That's how all of this works." Now, as with any threesome, you can't just have two components. The question then is, what's the third? Well, we need only look at our two titular love-tagonists to answer that. Chuck has chosen a peanut butter husband and a jelly girlfriend for a very good reason. Peanut butter and jelly is a classically compatible combination, or so American film and television would have me believe. And that certainly seems to be the case here. When Rimble and Ponder get talking for the first time, Tempo notes, "I notice a distinct sparkle in my husband's eye. He's clearly very attracted to this sentient jelly, and it seems like the feeling is mutual." Now, personally, PB&J just isn't for me, nor may it be a pairing that works for you, but it doesn't have to. We're not involved in this relationship. Rather, this is where the all-important X factor, that's esoteric je ne sais quoi, comes into play. And it's summed up very neatly in the text. As our amorous throuple launch into foreplay, we have a moment where Tempo moves from going down on Rimble to going down on Ponder, and he has this to say about it. "Her taste is just as incredible as my husband's, and the two flavors melt together in my mouth. I find myself absolutely overwhelmed by the beautiful combination." Boom, right there. Full compatibility. It isn't just enough that two members are only compatible with the third. Those two also have to be compatible with each other too. A complete triangle. So, what's in a sandwich? Well, we've got the willing interest that stands as the bread, which forms the foundation and structure of the sandwich. Then we've got the butter of communication that keeps things well greased and going down smoothly. Finally, there's the filling of full mutual compatibility, the things that will really bring the sandwich to life and make it yours. That's your base components. Missing any one of these will make your sandwich empty and unfulfilling, or dry and difficult to swallow, or a bunch of mess that's no sandwich at all. But get it all right. Mwah! You can bet they don't teach that shit at Subway. So yeah, you were absolutely right. You nailed the peanut butter jelly thing, but there's still more.
Okay, can I just quickly interject with one thing that I did notice?
Yeah, please do.
She's a strawberry jelly waitress.
Mm-hmm.
In America, traditionally, it's grape jelly. I found interesting.
Is that like a regional thing?
It might be a regional thing, but I did double check because I typed in what jelly do you use, and it just says grape jelly.
Okay, anyway, interesting.
I just thought it was kind of.
Do you know, I'll try it out. I mean, I never see grape jelly in the old UK, but next time I have a glass of wine, I'll try dunking a peanut butter sandwich in it and see how it goes.
No, you do it like a Tim Tam. You bite off of the opposite corners and suck the wine through it.
Oh my God.
Baby, I want to make a Tim Tam out of you. Come here. We're back to this again.
Righto. Cool. So, part 2, in which we exchange metaphors for minutiae. So, part 1 of this essay covers the essential elements that need to be present before a couple and a third should enter into a three-way experience. In this part, we're going to examine what's required to not only generate those elements in the first place, but also drive the three-way experience they facilitate into a more lasting relationship. In my introduction, I suggested that all of this somehow has something to do with not having sex with a velociraptor librarian. This is actually an allusion to another Tingle we've covered before called Not Pounded in the Butt by Anything and That's Okay. In my anal asis of the work, I make the argument that the grand unifying message that underpins everything in the story is one of capital R respect. It's something that really shines through in the closing act, where the Chucktagonist admits that he's never going to be interested in sex, and the Velociraptor librarian lovetagonist is all like, all right, I'm down with that. Still into you though, so let's hang. It's this sort of implicit respect is something that suffuses Bisexually Sandwiched by My Sentient Peanut Butter Husband and Our New Living Jelly Girlfriend. And it does so because it's wholly necessary. You're never going... it's kind of a no-brainer, really. Good communication requires a solid baseline of respect. You're never going to be compatible with someone you don't respect, and you'll never feel secure enough to find a willing interest in a bisexual three-way if you suspect one of your potential partners doesn't respect you. But what's really interesting in this Tingle is the ways in which this mutual respect manifests itself. The fact that Tempo and Rimble are happily married, still making time to go on dates, and have already discussed the matter enough to know that they're monogamish, implies a level of baseline, certainly implies a level of baseline respect between the two of them. So, yeah, we don't need to go into that too much. But there is a moment where Chuck decides to show this to us rather than just suggest it. When the married couple are looking through the menu at the restaurant, Rimble notices that every dish contains nuts. For someone who's largely comprised of nuts,
no, he's not. He's not a fucking nut. Not having it. Not on my fucking show. Not on my fucking show.
Sorry. This for someone who is largely comprised
of legumes,
of peanuts, this is a big cannibalism no-no. However, he decides not to make a scene, struggling to just keep it together and enjoy the meal. Sorry, I beg your pardon.
What was that?
Just running no.
Okay.
I'm sorry. I can't record and have the heating on at the same time, so it's getting a bit chilly in here.
I got so excited. I thought there was gonna we've already had the glasses, the coat, and a kazoo prop today. I thought there was gonna be a fourth. I got really excited. Oh,
I'm sorry. I'll try to think of how to bring more props into it more. But yeah, sorry. Struggling to just keep it together and enjoy the meal. Bruv doesn't want to ruin his husband's night out, after all. Not that Tempo is having any of it, of course. Once our Chucktagonist clocks what's going on with Rimble, he's duly shocked and says, we'll go somewhere else if we have to. So we've got two beautiful boys, each trying to protect each other's date night. And it's lovely and a perfect sign of respect. And when Strawberry Jelly Ponder comes onto the scene, we see this respect played out again. She immediately understands and sympathizes with their situation, complementing it by explaining her own similarly justified feelings of revulsion anytime she has to serve the summer salad, a dish that contains strawberries. But the real show of respect comes when she says, I can check with the kitchen and see if they can whip something up for you guys off the menu that doesn't have any nuts, but the whole kitchen is covered in them. I mean, you'll probably get a dusting no matter what you do. Ponder respects these guys' boundaries so much that she's both willing to go the extra mile for their meal, but remains honest about how it will probably make no difference. Later on, she even offers to help them find another restaurant. Next, we get a good showing of Tempo and Rimble returning the sentiment. Once they're alone, they both acknowledge they were picking up on something from Ponder. And honestly, what they have to say about it is a masterclass in respect, for both Ponder's job and her comfort in an as yet uncertain situation. Did you pick up on a vibe there? My husband questions. I shrug. Honestly, it's hard to tell. She was probably just doing her job. Servers are supposed to be friendly. It's not cool to hit on someone at work and put them in an awkward position, I finally continue. But if she makes a move, then obviously we could take her up on it. She has to make the move, though.
Boys.
Of course, Ponder does make the move, though she isn't too forward about any intent beyond asking to come along with them. This is probably to protect herself from embarrassment in case she's misread the situation, but arguably to save Tempo and Rimble any discomfort too. And this caution plays on as the threesome get back to the couple's flats. Despite acknowledging a growing sexual tension between them all, Tempo does something that I absolutely love. I open up our fridge and start looking through the various items at my disposal, trying my best to come up with a tasty meal. It doesn't matter to Tempo what he thinks he's sensing in this situation. Nothing has been explicitly stated as yet, and so he doesn't assume anything. Instead, he focuses on the one thing he knows nobody has had yet and could probably do with: a meal. He focuses, if you will, upon the excuse all three of them have used in order to bring themselves together in privacy, and out of respect, he will not veer from this course until the second our eyes meet. However, I realize it's on. Oh, bollocks. God damn it.
I mean, to be fair, the signal Ponder was putting out at the end there was just like fucking green light, green light, green light. Okay, cool.
Sorry, and out of respect, he will not veer from this course until the second our eyes meet. However, I realize it's on. Well, that'll do nicely. It's sandwich time, baby! Now, it's probably unnecessary to waste words on this, but I'm going to anyway, and I hope it's not just because Tempo is living out one of my own fantasies. But the sex itself, I feel, is a further display of mutual respect. Everybody gets theirs. They all get in on the Pound Town Express, and they all get the head they need. Apart from Tempo, the lucky Pierre, who doesn't get any head, but instead gets to plow and be plowed, all at the same time instead.
Taryn, concentrate.
Anyway, there's one final show of respect that I want to put in the spotlight, and it comes after the pillow talk, where Ponder is invited to stay. There's an ill-defined intimation that this bisexual threesome could become a more long-term and committed arrangement, that it's something that they'll talk about as they go. But Chuck decides to back this up with another instance of show, don't tell. It comes when Tempo returns to the fridge to sort out some food for them all. During his perusal, he spots something that now feels completely out of place. I reach inside the freezer, pulling out the strawberry cheesecake and walking it over to the trash can. I drop the whole thing in without a second thought. Tempo instinctively recognizes that if he's going to be serious about forming a loving and stable throuple, then he's going to need to pay Ponder the same respect he shows his husband, and that Ponder has shown the both of them. The final scene is a concise and beautiful mirroring of the Tingler setup. He recognizes that Ponder won't be comfortable around the consumption of strawberries, just the same as Rimble is around peanuts. Furthermore, he's not going to pussyfoot around with any half measures of just picking off the strawberries, just as Ponder cautioned that any meal at the restaurant would come with a dusting of nuts, and so offered to help them find another place to eat. For this beautiful trinity of love to stand any chance of lasting, respectfully fucking that cake into the bin was the only option.
Fuck it in the bin.
Yeah, fuck it in the bin. So yeah, I'm sure there's been absolutely no surprises thus far for you.
No. Yeah, this one was, well, we'll get to it in the scoring, but yeah.
Cool. All right, sweet. In that case, conclusion time. Relationships come in all shapes and sizes, and that's a wonderful thing. As long as everyone's happy and healthy, there's really no combination of folks that have it wrong when it comes to who or how to love. While this is the opening paragraph of today's Tingler, it could just as easily be the soothing and supportive opening to a more instructional look into non-traditional relationships. At the start of this essay, I talked a lot about user manuals. Now, while that's not the most accurate analogy, it was at least a useful framing device. But bisexually sandwiched by my sentient peanut butter husband and our new living jelly girlfriend is not a user manual. I do, however, think there's an argument to be made that it can be viewed as a sort of basic traveler's guide of sorts for any couple who may be curious about expanding their relationship to include another person. Tempo and Rimble's tale is but one story, one route into this sphere of thruppledom. It does a great job of showing that such a journey can only start from a base of mutual respect, that they'll need to do the prep work of communication and establishing joint willing interest before getting started. And it shows that these things were required in Ponder also, as they would be from any potential partner. Finally, it was made clear that full three-way compatibility is a must for this to work. But it is very unlikely that a well-prepared couple will just accidentally happen to encounter a perfect third for them who's also prepared for this form of relationship. In truth, there's every reason to expect that this sort of arrangement will require a lot more talking if nobody's going to get hurt along the way. Even more so if a long-term relationship is going to emerge from it. But the Tingler is a short-form medium, and so Chuck sneaks in a note of caution about how unlikely this all is. As Tempo watches the chemistry developing between Rimble and Ponder for the first time, he notes that both of them are hitting it off in a way that's exceedingly rare. And there it all stands. Your basic travel guide into a three-way relationship. What you need, how you get it, management of expectation, and in the thrupple's initial hesitance to dive right in, we also see what boundaries to expect and the caution you should exercise before crossing them. So, if you feel that bisexual polyamory may just be your trot, then you'll do well to pay attention to this brief guide into that world. And so long as you bear its lessons in mind, you'll be on a good first footing to proving love is real in this unique and beautiful way.
Lovely.
Lovely. I need to fucking put this thing closer. There we are.
Now, I have to say,
yes.
It's very well thought out with the Haynes manual and all that kind of stuff, and using it as because this book doesn't implicitly set itself out as a guide.
No,
but you can, as you just said, can use this as a guide for this kind of relationship almost. Or it seems like ideally set out for exploring this kind of relationship at least.
Exactly. I think it's only fair to sort of point out that like this shouldn't be. You shouldn't just read this and go, "All right, I'm ready for this."
Bring on the peanut butter and jelly. Yeah.
You know, it's always worth looking into real life accounts. You know, there are articles out there. You know, there's probably YouTubers that talk about their polyamorous and their bisexual lifestyle and like how that all works. And I know there are more than a couple of different arrangements for these sort of setups to work.
Like everything in life, everything's a spectrum. It's just all different shades of grey.
Exactly. So, I mean, yeah, I think this is an awesome, launching off point, but this shouldn't be like a soul thing. But if you read this and go, okay, that sounds fucking hot, actually.
It was fucking hot.
Maybe read further.
Yeah.
Oh, mate.
And also, I did enjoy your analogy with like the Haynes manual because it's so fucking cheesy now. It's not quite a user manual though, is it? It's a maintenance manual because who wants to be a user in a relationship? You want to maintain.
Yes, you absolute belter, you.
Fuck yeah.
Loving it.
And it's kind of interesting you brought up Not Pounded by Anything and That's Okay, because that was actually the free book that was given away with this one, wasn't it?
Yeah, which I only discovered when I was partway through reading the essay. I think I just kind of had a moment where I was just kind of, I didn't really want to. I didn't know where to go with it just yet. So I thought, well, fuck it, let's have a look at the next one. And it turned out to be
The one we've
one I
already
was already kind of writing about.
And strangely, not just a book that we've already read, it's actually our favourite Tingler so far. It's the highest scoring. And speaking of which, hey guys, it's your boy.
Hey, boy.
It's your boy, Tingletron 4000. Greetings, horny human. I am Tingletron 4000. Book review scoreboard. Oscars are final. I did my bit. Anyway, yeah, big shout out my boy Rogan Paul and bye.
Sorry, I'm having microphone issues.
So why? Because I realised I didn't put on the fucking vocoder. I managed to pan it somehow. So whatever.
We are nothing if not utterly professional.
Yeah, well, you know, I've got like 3 things I have to click in an instant just to do that stupid gag. Fuck it. Right, so this is the part of the book review or analysis where we apply mathematics to the science that's already been presented by this guy. So we're going to go look at the tingle as cover art, getting to the tingle as the pacing, giving you the tingle as the sexiness, saving you some tingle as a recommendation value, and tingle tilt, which we like have a reviewer's tilt score. All out of 5. Somehow through the magic of mathematics, it all comes out of 10, and we're allowed to score to 3 decimal places because we are that scientific. Right.
Yeah, it's the greatest, the purest maths and science that the world has ever known. The immortal science of love.
And it's kind of strange that we do have a robot doing it, because what's more natural than pure mathematics?
For sure.
It should just flow from us, but we do need the help of technology sometimes. Anyway, looking at the tingle. I mean,
do you know what? I'm just going to bring this up on my phone quickly because
I'm. All right, go on. You do yours first, because I'm trying to think of a way of wording this where it's not offensive. So please go first.
Are you? Is it particularly ponder you're thinking about when you? It does look a little like if you.
It looks like she's been in a horrific accident. Like her house has burnt down or something.
Yeah,
but I mean that's because I'm sorry about that, ladies and gents, but that's literally what I thought the second I saw it. But other than that,
I do like that Rimble. I don't know. There's something about the swirls of the peanut butter that just perfectly make up his hair. Yeah, it's amazing. And of course, tempo there with some rather lovely cum gutters.
Oh, look at them! Anyway,
and you know the setting as well. Actually,
it's a pretty house.
That's got to be the restaurant. That's got to be the restaurant.
I think.
Does
does that say to you Raptor Claw? That's the name of the restaurant.
Does that say to you 2 bisexual people living in the same place?
Good point.
Because that shit would be chaotic.
Yeah.
Hell,
right,
we only need to look at my house.
Fair play. One small thing is in the book they're clearly described as sentient embodiments of spreads as a total of their being, not being spoons with shit on their face. But
yeah, I mean, I'll give it a pass. Yeah, I never really thought about the ramifications of them being sentient peanut butter and sentient jelly. Like, are they just blobs of sentient spread, or are they in like some sort of anthropomorphic form? Like,
that's what I'm going.
Like, is Rimble essentially some kind of peanut butter golem walking around?
Yeah, that's what it's called. At one point, Ponder spreads her legs, and then he buries his face in her strawberry clit. Like,
Yes.
it kind of suggests that they're amorphic blobs of, yeah,
Yeah. Okay, cool.
amorphous, not amorphic. Fucking what I'm saying. Anyway, looking at the Tingle, so I'm gonna go with a 4 point. Quite like it, but 4.001.
All right, cool. I'm going to go for a 3.999.
Backspace, type in 4. Right, cool. Right, cool. It's been a long time since we've had a round number. Getting to the Tingle, pacing.
Oh man, fuck yeah.
I can't floor it. Fault it. Come on, Bennett.
No, I really can't either. It gets in, it sets up nicely. It's like the whole fracas at the restaurant. Like, yeah, it's a useful way to set up meeting Ponder, but it's also like a masterful way to like set up this kind of moment at the end where Tempo throws away the strawberry cheesecake.
Yeah, it's a nice little, not really Chekhov's gun, but it kind of has that kind of same pacing feel to it. Although that being said, it kind of is the world's shortest Chekhov's gun, where Tempo narrates that me and my husband find it hard to find anywhere to eat, and then the next paragraph, they can't eat.
Yes.
Gun bang goes off. But hey ho, doesn't matter. So what do you think? Go on, you go first this time.
I mean, pacing. I mean, this solid. I almost can't fault it. Yeah, no, this has got to be like an easy mid 4. I'm gonna go 4.627.
Okay. And I'm gonna go for a 4.627.
We keep forgetting to tell tell everyone that this is the Taz and Tom laugh at numbers segment.
Do you find two approaching middle-aged white guys giggling at fucking Excel spreadsheet funny? This is the show for you. Giving you the tingle, the sexiness, motherfucker. I go first. 5. We started this score. The whole we set out the rules for this 3,
okay,
you get a semi. 4, you get a full-on chub. 5, you have to go beat it. I'll hold my hands up because I couldn't. After reading this, they were straight down my pants.
Now, I have to clarify something here. I thought a 5 was like you don't have to go; you just beat it as you're reading it. You use like a 5 would be using the Tingler and the Tingler alone.
Oh no! Well, that being said, it's like a 4,000 word book, like novel story. So you might as well finish and then get on.
Yeah. And okay, that's it.
It's also kind of hard to read while you're. I don't think I've ever done that.
I have.
Did you?
Well, in that case, then going by that metric, like considering the both times, the 2 times I read it through in full, the first time reading and the second time as I was going through looking for useful quotes and trying to piece together some sort of thing. Each time after the sex scene, I did have to put it down, go attend to myself, and then return. So I think that puts it. Bosh.
Respect.
Okay, fine. 5.
Mate.
5.
It's just saving you some tingle. Now, I know we shouldn't really do this, but this does kind of add something. And I've got to say, it's about getting knocked off the high mark, I have a feeling. But the free book in this one is literally the best book we've read by Tingle so far. I know we shouldn't really include that in this, but I'm
It's,
still going to say
not pounded in the butt by anything, and that's okay. Is that really our top scorer so far?
yeah, it was, hang on, 8 point, unhide my scores. Can't seem to do for some. Oh, yeah, it's 8.8 or something. Check in a minute.
Wow.
So I think we're gonna have a new winner, but we'll get to that in a minute. I would definitely recommend this one. Fuck me. It's got everything. Sorry, go on.
Well, I mean, I mean, it depends. It depends who to. Because the one thing with this one is it's a little lighter on some of the comedy. You know, it's not as patently ridiculous as was Open Wide for the saber-toothed dentist, who is also a ghost. It's it doesn't. Or even Pounded by the Pound, it doesn't have that patent ridiculousness that makes those easier to recommend to people.
Now, let me just remind you the first line of my synopsis. Tempo Peony is a human man, and Rimble Peony is a sentient peanut butter, and as you might expect, given the titular sexuality, both men are bisexual. They fuck a strawberry jelly waitress. I mean...
That said, I am still going above. I'm still going above a 4. I think with this one.
Yeah. Okay. I was frightened you were.
Albeit not by much.
That's fair.
I think this is going to be like a 4.118 from me.
Yeah, I was going to go for around 4.2, so I'm going to go 4.212.
Mm-hmm.
That's a 4.165 out of 5. Now, Tingle Tilt.
Okay.
Bearing in mind, it's
right.
already on a 7.1. I mean, if it got a perfect score, it'd hit 9.1 something.
Hey, that's we can't skew, we can't queer the scores just because we want it to do well. We need to be honest, we need to be objective, Tom. And that said, I fucking love this one a lot. I'm trying to adjust for bisexual bias. But objectively, I think it's just a fucking good. Do you know what? There's one line that absolutely killed me every time I read it, and that was there's a moment where Tempo goes, "Oh my god, everything in the menu's got nuts in it," and then he says, "I see a shiver visibly run down my run down my husband's peanut butter spine." And there's something about my husband's peanut butter spine that made me giggle every single time.
And I know it couldn't probably do this joke, it being Tingle and not being so crude, but immediately in my head I went, and I bet he wants to put his nuts in that woman. Felt bad about it.
So okay, I think. I mean, basically, every time I read it through and got to the end of the sex scene, I kind of glitched out, and I was no longer present. I wasn't available to read the book. So I think the only fair score is a 4.404.
Very good. Okay, I wasn't going to go quite that high. I was going to go for like a. While I do really fucking enjoy this book, yeah, we don't have... It doesn't have that... it's not the most tingle ever.
No.
I already said. So I'm going to go 3.501.
Okay, fair enough.
It's a 3.9525 out of...
I think that'll do some work to try and adjust for our bias.
Yeah, because it was really hot. No, that's fine. 3.5-ish is about right for me, I think. Okay. So, final 4 score on the doors. George Dawes is 8.6978 out of 10, which I believe takes it into second place. Just behind, not powdered in the butt by anything, and that's okay. Yep. Is. Followed
Yeah,
up
fair enough.
on the other side in third position by Pounded in the Butt by my handsome sentient manifestation of my Twitch stream. So
these are unexpected guys. Well, no, do you know what? I kind of fully expect Bisexually Sandwich to be. So, I shouldn't retract the name. I fully expect like Bisexually Sandwich by my sentient peanut butter husband and our new living jelly girlfriend to be like in the top 5 for sure. But
Given
yeah,
our
not pounded in the butt by
proclivities.
anything, and that's okay. And pounded by the physical manifestation of my Twitch stream. They're kind of they're surprises for me. Although I'm remembering the light horror elements of the Twitch moment. So yeah, fair enough. No, yeah, okay, cool, good. This is solid science.
Absolutely, can't fault it. Pure mathematics. Okay,
Right.
So what's our next one?
It is time. It is time to.
By the way, if
dip
you want to
in.
review the scores, you can just go on a website. They're all updated. They're lovely, and they're all in score order, so you can pick out what your favourites are. Go
on. Okay, here we go. Next up, we will be reading. Let's see. It was it's an early one, released in 2nd of August, 3rd of March 2015. So not the earliest we've done, but one of them. Turned gay by the living alpha diner.
Okay. Okay, maybe some sub-dom stuff going on in this one, maybe?
And with an entire living diner. Alpha. Oh, wow. Okay, cool. I think we're going to be getting back to some roots. Chuck Tingle with this one, some proper wild shit. So
this is Vampire Night Bus take 2.
Oh, hells yeah. Hells yeah. I did at some point we need to update the because I can't remember where we got up to with what's in there, but there's been a whole bunch. I don't know that any of the trans tinglers are going to be in there.
Yeah, maybe not. I do remember I wrote. Hang on, look on the pot. I wrote the date on the pot. No.
Oh yeah, okay.
Plan ahead, bitch. I'm good.
You wrote most of the date, only the 14th of December.
Okay, well I can work out we only started this last year, mate. So basically that means
okay, yeah, fair enough.
What that date means is I went to the Wikipedia bibliography of Chuck Tingle, and I said I went to it on this date. So any updates from that date, I can then print off.
Cool. So yeah, that'll be 2019, won't it? Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. Yeah, sweet. Let's get some extra ones in there. We probably again we won't be doing his guides to football and that sort of stuff. And we're probably not going to be doing like the choose your own adventures either, just because they're a bit bigger and sort of more complex.
Might be an interesting side video, but
yeah, I don't know. I'll have a look at one of them sometime and then see if there's anything we can do with them. But for the most part, we're going to be sticking with the Tinglers.
Definitely.
Pure and simple.
Right. Housekeeping?
Yeah, cool. Do the housekeeping, dude.
Cool. Well, as you might be able to tell from up there, we are from the Pot Topic Podcast. Come to pottopicpodcast.com. Go there to check up on our scores, check up on the book clubs, watch the videos, listen to our podcast. The podcast is just pulling shit out of a pot of topics. Read it, talk about it.
Yeah.
Because, there's one thing this internet needs, and that's more white guys talking. We've been doing it for... Oh, shit, it's our birthday soon. Just realised. Like in a couple of days.
No, it's been and gone, hasn't it?
It
was a couple of days ago. I think so.
We're 6. There's 6 fucking years, and they're all 2 hours long. What am I doing with my life? Why have I spent so much money on this shit?
Well, It's probably a slightly better use of our time than Warhammer.
Yeah, we could have been playing fucking Warhammer instead of fucking. All right.
Tom, you look like you're about to have an existential crisis there.
It happens every February. It just hits me. It's just like all the website fees come in. Then I just look at all my equipment and go, why? Anyway, enough about me.
Yeah, cool. So do please join us next time on the Chuck Tingle Book Club, where once again, if you want to buy it and sort of read along, read with us and kind of join in fully with the I think this is going to be an analysis for sure. Then the Tingler we will be reading is Turned Gay by the Living Alpha Diner. And until then, whatever your way, whatever your trots, just go forth into this timeline and prove love is real.
Love is real. Peanut butter jelly time.
Jelly time, peanut butter jelly time.